Good afternoon, good morning, good night, good day, whatever time you are going to see this video. I am Michelle, and some of you know who I am. So I'm coming with another video because students is how their ups and their downs and they have their issues. And I will be sharing a couple of things and also some things about myself and what I've seen from my experience. So goals. Why is it important to set goals? When you set a goal, you have an exact target. When you know what you are targeting, what you want to accomplish, then next step is to figure out what is required of you in order to accomplish that goal. Now, I just make my students do this. Most of them recently, about 2 weeks ago, I told some of my students because I don't want them to tell the whole world because I'm a person. I like some level of privacy, even though I share my story to impact others and to encourage others. I like privacy too. So when it comes to future things that have not yet been accomplished, I don't share my goals. But when it's accomplished, I share the story to encourage others because there are persons who may not want you to accomplish these things. That's why it's important not to always be your boss all over the place. So, excuse me, goals. So I told a class I had about a week or two ago. It was a physical class. I told the students, I said, I want you to write down on a paper what goal you want to accomplish. To my surprise, and while I was telling them that, I was telling them, you must not aim for anything 2 and above. Because in CSEC, what it passes, and I taught all these students knew the pass grades. One of the students, to my surprise, wrote down they wanted to get a 5, and I had to text it. That's not pass grade. Anything 4, 5, and below, 6, 7, again, them bigger numbers, in CSEC, that's not a pass grade. A pass grade is 3, 2, 1 distinction. 3, 2, 1 and distinction. So, parents, teachers, please tell students, help them to know, because not all students know the pass grade. So if I didn't tell these students to tell me, I would have never not had a student wanting to get 5. Anyways, so it's important to encourage students to set a goal. For set a goal of 2 and above. So in case the exam ever comes difficult, you may get the 2 or you may get 3 or try to go above. Don't aim for 3, and if the exam comes really hard, then you don't pass. I personally believe that when you are preparing for exams, this is my mindset. I've written the last exam I had to write in the recent was in April 2023 this year. Next year, and I've been writing exams over the last 5 years, multiple exams, over 20 something exams. And my goal was, I am going to get A's in these subjects. By the grace of God, I was able to get about 30 something A's and about 10 B's. But I got the majority A's, thank God. And I also said to myself, I knew what my goal was. My goal was, before I even started studying at college, my goal was, I want to graduate with honors. At that point in time, I don't even know what honors was all that good. I don't know what it takes to get an honor. But I eventually realized that, Michelle, you need to change around your work ethic, because the current work ethic, no matter how hard some people used to tell you to work, wasn't cutting it. You had to change and improve my work ethic. And I prayed to the Lord Jesus. He heard me, gave me some direction. And from a couple weeks, months into the semester and stuff, I learned things I was researching on my own outside of school to figure out how to develop things like self-discipline, time management, activity management skills, and all of that. Right? There's a whole list. and consistency and all of that. And I, as some of you all know, I teach here pity. Some of you all know that I would have graduated a few months ago in July, got passed this year. And what I had a nice little such thing with honors, right? I didn't know what it took to get at the beginning. I had no clue. Yes, I had people I could have asked, but I don't know why I didn't ask. But I I did what I know what to do, and I was willing to make the changes. Some people are not willing to make changes. I was like, I'm not going to fail any subject. I'm not going to have to rewrite any subject. Even this last semester I go on this year earlier on, when I got ill 2 3 weeks before the semester ends, I was like, I reached too close to the end to just say I can't continue. I not failing no subject. And again, no C. I don't want to see no C in my paper. I want an A. I dragged myself a couple of days. It was Easter holiday. I think I mentioned this in a previous video. I dragged myself to complete assignments and group assignments until I got better about a week before the final exam. Thank God. And I wrote the exam and got an A. So what I'm saying, you need to set goals. When you set goals, then you're going to have to start thinking, what is it going to take me to go from 0 to hero, or from 50 marks to 80 marks if you want to build something, or from 50 marks to 65 or somewhere around there if you want like a C or a 3. But I don't like that C thing around. I tell it that you're flat. If you like C's and 3s, that's you. I don't want to see them take my paper. I made sure over the last 5 years I never got a C, thank God. I made sure I put in the work, so I never got a C. Sorry about that. So, as I was saying, I could go on and talk so much different things. When it comes to work ethic, I've encountered people, and it's good to have these ambitions, who actually have goals, but you know what their problem is? They're not willing to make the sacrifice. When you have big goals, you have to be willing to make the sacrifice. You can't expect to get a distinction, and all you know, anybody in my class know, Michelle always said, I want everybody to get a distinction. But not forcing on you. At least aim for 2 now. So probably have 3 or no, sorry, not have 3. Forget that part. I made a mistake. or 1 now. Aim for 2 or 1 or something. Don't even know 3 and say. But if you get 3, thank God. But don't aim for that, because the papers could come very tricky. And next thing, as I was saying, a lot of people have goals, but they don't have the works. You know, I am a strict Bible believing person. There's a scripture that says, faith without works is dead. Our goals, what we believe in, what we wish, what we desire to accomplish, is faith. Because if you have not yet seen it, it has not yet come to pass. But that's something you want. The works is what you do in order to bring that belief, that goal, into a reality. So I'm telling you all, you can't just have goals and have no works, no actions, no work ethic to back it up, because then you are deceiving yourself. And another thing is, you wouldn't see it, and you want to see it. You want to see those distinctions, you want to see those 1s, you want to see those 2s, right? So let me give you a story. I was gonna give you another story, you know. I'll give you 2 stories. I'll give you one at the CSEC level and one at my college level. POA was a subject, Principles of Accounts. I only started that in 4 over a decade ago, right? And of course I didn't know about the topic, but I know it's accounting. And my school teacher was pretty good. But honestly, I think if I was just with the school system, I might have gotten a 3. If so much, I guess. But my uncle, again, the same uncle I mentioned in the previous video, who taught me maths, also taught me POA. right? And I was in POA classes for 2 straight years. Let me see if I could. I wrote exam in 2011, so that was from September 2009. That was Form 4. September 2010, Form 5. Right. I wrote the exam the following year in May, June 2011. So, 2 years. Let me tell you how often I used to be in lessons. I remember lessons for POA either used to be on Wednesday or Thursday. I think it was Wednesday and then changed on Tuesday, something like that. But it was during the week for 2 hours, once a week. Ask me how much holidays I take. Or in fact, ask me how much holidays my mother and grandmother allow me to take. Because I grew up mainly in an extended family home. Holidays? Well, the only holidays I probably was getting, if it was that a holiday fall on the Wednesday or Tuesday, I might get a holiday. The only holiday I was really getting was Christmas. So all year through, we know we only have 2 seasons in Trinidad. Hot, sun, and rain, you're in lessons. That is what you call consistency, right? And that's a problem with some people. It's something that you could work on. This is something I have worked on because my consistency from the long time was nothing to what it is now, and there's still some work, that some improvement that could be done. But what I'm saying is, and I thank God for helping me because I had to pray a lot because I had no clue. But yeah, consistency. There's it's a parable, a little story about a mouse, no, a rabbit and a snail. And the story was both of them was in a race. And both of them start off the race. And the rabbit take off, sprint like Usain Bolt, you understand? The snail was slow but never stopped, kept going. At some point the rabbit stopped. But the snail was consistent. Even though the snail was slow, the snail was consistent. It kept going and going and going. Eventually what happened? Well, the snail took over the rabbit. The rabbit went fast and stopped. And then all of a sudden, by the time the snail crossed the line, the rabbit now catch itself or something. It's better you have a continuous pace and keep going and be consistent than come out hot and sweaty and then you stop. And these type of things. So consistency is what helped me, and I'll show you a picture I did show you last time, I believe. That helped me to get a distinction in principles of accounts. Because I was in holidays. You know, some students don't be in lessons during holidays. Like July, August. I was in lessons all July, August. What holidays tell me about? I lessons 2 years straight doing principles of accounts. And then people want to come and tell you, how you get this? And then want to play the fool and be in lessons once every month, once every 2, 3, whatever. No. Results, great results, excellent results come with a lot of sacrifice. Results to get grades and so forth, like distinctions, is not an average grade. It's an honorary grade. The average people who choose to remain average and do average things and don't change their work ethic can't get those things because they're not willing to make the sacrifice. As I tell some of my students, I know what it takes to get those grades because I've had it in a couple of my subjects. So I can tell you what you will have to do. And when I look at students, there are some students I know have the potential, not putting in work. It have some have the potential, putting in the work. It had the ones who, feel, yeah boy, because that teacher is the brightest teacher in the world. All that teacher just have to do is put a mind on me. I can come to class once in a while and I get distinction. What? Well, Lord help you. So, that is that story. Now, I also was given a story last week. No, this week, I've given a story a couple of times. Somebody tell me a time, Michelle, all that time you put in on that grade again? But I know I work for that grade week. Pine sheets. Well, here what happened. I was writing principles of finance. Excuse me. I thought principles of finance was a written subject like principles of business, but the principles of finance was in college, in university, right? And when I started to do a course, I was doing it fully online. That's like self-study, or let's say it's like studying on your own. And when I was doing the subject, you know what happened? The kind of formula I started to see, like if it's max and rules, if you see some of the formula with square root thing, uh with fractions thing and square root with fraction thing, like what? Anyways, so it was not easy. I had to do a lot of research, and the teacher, the lecturer, that lecturer, I never used to bother lecturers too much. I am more of the student that's on the independent end, so I would try to do my work in my own timing, right? And try to do my own independent research. And I'm going through textbook and using the other materials that teacher provide online. And usually when I start off a semester to study, I'll prioritize about 46 hours per course because I know some courses are usually more difficult than others. The ones that are less difficult get less time, less focus. The ones that are more difficult get more time. But here, that was the first and only course I did that I end up increasing my study time per week to 10 hours. 10 hours a week, and I'm doing 3 other courses. So in all, I probably spend about 20 something to 30 hours a week on 4 courses, plus teaching for about 20 hours and have to do preparation and home, correcting homework, all that kind of thing, and feedback for 10 hours. So a 60-hour week. So I didn't have much more time because I just sleep too. Yes, I might cut my sleep sometimes, but I can't cut my sleep all the time because that does affect your performance and all these things. So what I was saying is that whole thing with the studying for 10 hours, 10 hours, 10 hours a week, one course. And guess what grade I get? A B. When I talk about I get a B, I work very hard for that B. No, I would have loved to get an A, but that's the only course I ever spent so much time I get a B. Apart from that, it was not very easy. And the thing is, it wasn't like a physical class, it was during the pandemic thing. Nor was it wasn't offered as a face-to-face online either. It was just fully online. But I didn't mind because my work schedule, I used to prefer getting classes where I could study on my own time because some of the class times were clashing with what I'm teaching. Some of my university class times, right? So that I'm telling you all, when it says you realize that you are doing a course or subject and this course is difficult to you, you need to spend more time studying that subject. That's the only how you're going to get a good grade. Because just expect to sit down and say, oh gosh, I'm not feeling. You wouldn't feel to do a lot of things in life. I too don't always feel to do certain things in life. But I have to remember my goals and why am I doing this? And my why, having goals and with whys to back them up, the reasons why you are doing this. The whys is what keeps me going. Keeps me no matter when I'm not feeling 100 or not feeling to do this thing. My whys, why do I want to accomplish this thing, is what keeps me going. So I'm sharing this, and I hope that this encourages someone and somebody takes something out of this. I'm just telling you what reality. Some people don't like facts, they don't like the truth. That's them. I can only help those who are willing to be helped, right? So you all take care. I know this video right long already. Have a blessed one. And make sure like and share. Bye.